So welcome to the fire. I'm the one with the
Welcome to the Subway JPW podcast. My name is Michael Lentini, the Chief Operating Officer for both the JPW and the Northwoods Territory. And this is Brandon Wilhelm. He is the development agent for both territories. We want to welcome our Northwoods BDA Group franchise owners to this podcast. Today's podcast, our topics are a little bit different. And so, Brandon, I'll let you go through what we're talking about today.
Yeah, this is really just to introduce you guys to kind of a new video series that we're going to be putting out over the next few weeks.
Exactly.
So we're going to be showing some kind of highlight videos of the last FLC, we call it. And it's going to hopefully, since we don't have the ability to have in-person meetings like we've done the last few years with our franchisee leadership conferences, we're going to kind of do, some highlights of that and kind of hopefully refresh those topics.
Yeah, so maybe obvious, we want to talk about kind of why we're doing it. And so like Brandon said, we typically would have one or two owners meeting each year. But this year, the world's kind of gone to HE double hockey sticks and a burning burlap sack, I think is probably a pretty good way to describe the year we're having. But we don't want to miss out on connecting with one another and sharing best practices. And so Brandon talked about the video series that we'll be kind of going back to and pulling out segments from. But in addition to that, we've got a whole bunch of interviews that we're doing as well. So we've got a whole bunch of franchisees and managers that have kind of raised their hand and said, yeah, sure, we'll join you in this FLC series. And so these are interviews that are taking place now. And so Brandon, why don't you tell us kind of some of the topics that we'll be covering in this FLC Rewind series?
Well, like you guys will see when they're some of the topics that we've covered in the meetings, my talk on connecting to your people, connecting to your employees through stories. We're going to be talking about leadership, training, how to become a strong leader, what strong leaders do, excellent guest service, how to remain positive, goal setting, hiring people, and we are also going to be bringing back through this digital video experience our featured speaker in the past, Alex Merturi. He's come and visited us several times and has been always really helpful on how to hire and maintain your staff and how to retain really good people. So those are the kind of topics that are going to be thrown out through this video series.
So what can you expect to see in your inbox when we talk about that before we close? And so you're going to see this picture in your inbox, and anytime that you see this picture, it's going to signal to you that this is the next series or the next video in our FLC series. You're going to get this once a week. Every once in a while, we'll throw a bonus video in there as well. And then really just our challenge to you would be when you get that to invest the 5 or 10 minutes that it's going to take to learn something new from one of your peers. And so that's our challenge to you. We hope that you enjoy the series as much as we are enjoying conducting the interviews and filming the series. So that's about it. Brandon, why don't you kind of wrap us up and close us out?
So we hope you guys enjoy it. We hope, like our Northwoods group, since we haven't been able to get in-person meetings together, that it helps you get to know us a little bit better, because this has been an extremely challenging year. I know that everybody is really busting their rear ends right now to really sometimes just survive. This is kind of the year of survival, and I think that we will have some opportunities to really grow next year. Just so I want to challenge you guys and encourage you to keep up the good fight. There's nothing wrong with some temporary retreat that we have all done a little bit, but that doesn't mean that we're going to surrender. So we're here to keep fighting, and we'll be right alongside with you guys. So look forward to communicating with you guys through the video series, and we'll talk soon. Thanks.
Alrighty, take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you for tuning in to the Subway JPW podcast, a creative approach to communication designed to keep you informed, connected, and equipped. Thanks for all you do, and continue to create great.